Welcome. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first quarter presentation for Ocean Sun. We'll go through the events the last quarter. On the picture, you can see our latest and largest floater up to now, the 0.5 megawatt system in Albania. As always, we will do a short introduction of Ocean Sun and then go through the main events in operations and also the projects and the developments going forward that we are, and also the activities that we are involved in at the moment, and the market for floating solar in general. And of course, as always, we will go through the financial situation in the company. The purpose of our company is to deliver floating solar system. This is now a very rapidly growing market in all geographies. And within this competition, we in Ocean Sun have a special patented technical solution to solve the floating solar challenge. Based on our patented membrane that we put on top of the water surface, where we also achieve this special cooling of the photovoltaic cells and thereby can give the owners and developers a better yield from the system. It is now a large pipeline building up with developers that are interested in these systems. And our company itself has an asset-light business model where we essentially provide the technical solution, the instructions on how to build these, and also we have a considerable activity in the feed, the front-end engineering designs and layouts for the system in various waters. And Ocean Sun is now a group of 12 very committed and experienced members. Perhaps the main event last quarter was the finalization of the first phase of the altogether 2 megawatt floating solar system at the Banja Dam, hydropower dam in Albania. So you can see the first 0.5 megawatt floater here. And it was commissioned April 1st and is operating very satisfactory. The special thing about this product, there are several developments being made to this. Most important perhaps is this time it has a completely integrated inverters in the system. You have 3 inverters placed on the buoyancy ring, which is also now a more ruggedized version and also collision proof. And you have 32 individual bulkhead compartments in this buoyancy ring, and the entire structural integrity and mooring anchoring of the system has been verified by DNV. This is of course a very important thing, I think, also for the future bankability of such systems, because insurance companies and financiers can have rely on third-party verification. The second phase of this project will we expect to be finalized within this year. And also another development is the dense packaging of these rings, so we thereby increase the power density on the water surface. So that will also enable very large utility plants in relatively small water surfaces. I believe we have a short video that explains the construction, the ease of construction of these systems. So you start out by doing the butt fusion welding of these high-density polyethylene pipes. It can be done at high pace, and also how spreading out and tying in the special engineered membrane, floating it down the lake up to 10 kilometers, This is also showing the ease of installation of the solar panels. This is nearly 40 tons of solar modules. And you see how we rotate the entire floater to reduce the walking distance for the workers. And the complete mooring arrangement has now been prepared for the remaining 1.5 megawatts also, that we hope to start build soon. Secondly, the developments in the south of Europe and in particular in Greece is looking very promising. Greece has a high percentage of coal-fired power, and the government and their authorities is now close to allowing for the development of floating solar in near-shore areas. And last year we made the arrangement with MP Quantum Group, which is owned by the Alafoussis family, for the development. First, 2 demonstration systems. We are looking at the site east of Athens in the South Euboean Gulf, close to the Aegean Sea. And we are going into an exciting phase now where there is expectations for the regulations to fall in place later this month. So, already ongoing is the very exciting project in the Yellow Sea, east of the city of Yantai, for the 1 megawatt system. This is, relatively near shore, but still in challenging waters, almost offshore, you might say. And the components are now being ordered and is en route to China. And there is a full hydrodynamic analysis for these conditions being conducted with our system. So, and very promising, of course, depending how this fares, that it's almost a limitless potential for building such systems along the coast of China. First payments are also received in this project. And in a bit similarly, in Singapore, also a fantastic opportunity with Sunseap, one of the largest developers in Singapore. There are already some experience with floating solar in Singapore, but that is in more benign waters in the Strait of Johor and elsewhere, but now looking at the system in Singapore Strait. This is also, of course, enormous potential and an enabler for the production of renewable energy to such a large city or country as Singapore. This will also probably be verified by third-party maritime authorities, class society. And at the moment, in our understanding, the Ocean Sun technology is the only that has been qualified for these waters. Also, it's worth highlighting the demonstration system that we have in the Philippines on the North Island, Luzon, now being in operation now in June. It will be for 3 years. It's been to adverse weather, the monsoon seasons. I think the record is 300 millimeters of rain in 1 day. You can imagine and you also have the frequent typhoons passing this area. And we use this pilot system also to test out new generations of the solar modules. These are under constant development. And we can test out, and at the moment we have some very good numbers. And this is compared with reference system on land, where you have the more traditional air-cooled solar modules. It is also Scatec company is a 50% owner of the SNAP in the Philippines, and they also are looking into R&D projects where you plan entire hydropower plants with combination of floating solar from the very planning stage. Also very interesting developments in that area. I would say, repeating ourselves a little bit here, there is a tremendous pull for these systems now. I would perhaps, going from left to right, I would say Brazil is a high activity. I think mostly hampered a little bit by regulation and permitting, but the technology is there, financing is there. So we hope that this will, and the potential is enormous for the large waterways in Brazil. And also Africa, many promising projects, but although a little bit sluggish in their development. South of Europe, I mentioned, coming along strong: Spain, Portugal, Greece, Turkey, Italy. And also there are considerable activity in Germany on floating solar also. And further east, China, of course, being very dominant in the renewable sector. And I think you will see a lot of expansion there, and we are very well positioned there with our office in Shanghai. On that note, I would, as many are aware of, we are struggling a bit in Shanghai, and our office there is at the moment closed, and our employees are also partly in isolation, has been for some weeks, and this is of course at the moment a bit challenging situation for Oceansun. Still, we hope, of course, that the COVID situation will pass also in China. Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, but also Vietnam and other states in the ASEAN region is tremendous potential for the floating solar, and also even see some activity in Australia. Not to mention also the island communities east of Africa or in the Indian Ocean, where the floating solar has a almost perfect fit to alleviate the diesel consumption for the typical power production in these islands. So with that, we can move to the financial situation, and I leave the word to our interim CFO that has been with us for 3 months close to now, and replacing Carl Lavenius during his paternity leave. So please, Roar, if you can.
Okay. Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Yeah, as you can see, we are now presenting a consolidated financial statement. We have also made comparison for previous year or previous quarter. So on the right column, you can see the consolidated figures. And the total revenue for the first quarter was 1.7 million NOK, which is slightly up from the first quarter in 2021. And then the result before taxes was minus 4.8, and the increase in loss is mainly due to the ramp up of the organization, as Børge mentioned, going from 8 in first quarter 2021 to 12 in this quarter. So and then you can see the net cash flow minus 3.4 million. But you then look at the cash situation for the company is very solid, and also the balance sheet. and well founded for previous investments and growth. I think that's all regarding the financials.
Thank you very much, Roar. That was reassuring information. So just to summarize this, we always show this slide. We will, of course, protect and maintain our intellectual property. This is very important in this new invention. We do see some activity that is bordering or infringing on this. So, but that will be followed up on. And we will not rest. We will drive the continuous development of our products and to fine-tune and improve them as we go along. And we seek out the large developers, EPC companies that wish to build large-scale utility-sized floating solar projects. And in this business relationship, Ocean Sun will earn its revenue from our license fee on the technology, but also now more and more we see that we have considerable activity in the feed or in the front end engineering design and the preparations for these large systems. So we will also see revenue from that part. So I think that was all for now for this first quarter presentation. Thank you for listening in, and if you like, you can post your questions on this platform, and we will try to answer them directly. So
we already have one question, Børge.
Yeah.
And that's a question regarding winter conditions, like freezing lakes, waters, high snow loads, etc. How that will affect the Ocean Sun installation.
This is a interesting question, of course, but mostly you will have these conditions in the higher latitudes north, where normally we seek out more the lower latitudes where these are more beneficial. But we do have experience from the Norwegian fjords with the icing in the winter and also snowfall. So the snow, if water temperature is around zero, the snow will tend to melt on the panels because you have this thermal contact with the water. But if you have sub-zero degrees and ice, this is not a particular problem. These systems are completely flat, and you have the hydrostatic pressure from the underside. So in principle, you can take very high snow load in these systems.
Okay, thank you, Børge. And then there's another question regarding the Banja and the next phase. Could you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, I think now there is a lot of interest, of course, from the owner, Statkraft, but also there are research institutions, universities that are very eager to investigate and to see how this system works. And there will be a short operational phase where things are deemed okay, and then we expect to receive a notice to proceed on the remaining systems. Hopefully in not that too long, because at the moment there can also some congestion in the port of Shanghai and the supply chain situation from China, in particular on the solar panels. So, but we hope to manage this to complete it within the year.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any more questions unless somebody wants to post some more.
Okay, that is all. Thank you for now, and see you at the next quarter presentation.